What's good, man? YouTube Flash Speaks back for another video. Boy, I don't know which one of y'all. I don't know what insane persons set my man HD. Welcome to HD off this morning, man. I don't work for Showtime. Yo, that had my stomach hurting this morning, man. Yo, that had my stomach hurting so much, man. Yo. Oh, man. Yeah, I was going to talk about that, man. But before we do that, shout out to Welcome to HGTV, man. You're now rocking with your boy. Oh, my goodness. He went off yesterday. And I'm about to go off with some of y'all, too. Y'all coming in here talking crazy, man. Some of y'all be wondering, who the hell y'all be talking to, man? And this one lady told me to shut up. He told me, like, what the world? Y'all be bugging. But it's YouTube that's always coming at me, man. Like, I haven't been able to comment all yesterday on anybody's stuff because YouTube said they were protecting the community from me. This is what they said. Yo, they crazy, man. But anyway, man, I actually second what Welcome to HGTV was saying, man. That's what I want to talk about as far as the Chicago Sky goes. Listen, I just was going to add a little known fact, man, that I think a lot of people may be unaware of. And that is this whole idea that Angel Reese was the go-to person for the Chicago Sky last year's cap. The first person I ever heard say it was a Caitlin Clark YouTuber, like Ben Daniels, you know, that dweeb, or the other guy, what's his name? He has the Come On Now joint, right? And what happened was, because those guys are trying to make these, they're so obsessed with Angel Reese. So what they're trying to do is make this argument against her. And the way to do that, to compound on it, is to say she's the reason that the Sky ain't winning. She's the reason, Teresa Witherspoon is fired. Like, all of that's part of their, smear Angel Reese campaign. So part of that campaign is that the Sky aren't as good as they could be because they're building their offense around Angel Reese. Which, I mean, Angel Reese is a big part of what they do, don't get me wrong, and they do build the team, a big part of what they do around her. But when it came to scoring production, this is cap. When you look at last year, it's very easy to see. Last year, throughout the most of the season, the player with the highest usage rate, this is how you tell who the first option is. The player with the highest usage rate and the player that took the most shots on the team was Kennedy Carter, closely followed by Marina Mabry. All right, so at the beginning of the year, it was Marina Mabry, and then when Kennedy Carter became the starter, Kennedy Carter had taken that over. Okay, so Angel Reese pretty much throughout the season maintained the third highest usage rate on the team. So that whole thing was always was a lie anyway, right? So, and I'm saying this because I think some people started to believe that this is the way Chicago was running the team, and so then because of that, it becomes an issue now. And no. Angel Reese is probably the most versatile player on the team, on the Chicago Sky, and considered their best player because of the versatility. Now, this year, I don't know. I'm of the opinion that right now, I call the best player Ariel Atkins. That's what I say right now, because Ariel Atkins, you got to respect that. She's a multiple-time All-Star, 5-time, all defensive teams, Olympian, or I know she was with FIBA. I know she was on the plate at least the FIBA games, at least. I know that. Right? So, for all of those reasons, I'm giving the nod, to her. And I'm also okay with her being the first option, scoring. But I also understand the idea of making Camila Cardoso the first option as well, too. Because you got to look at, on a nightly basis, for the most part, Camila Cardoso will probably have the best matchup. You're talking about 6'7". There aren't many players in the league that are 6'7". So on a nightly basis, she's going to have the best advantage to score, right? So those are the things you look at. If you look at, she probably won't have to do much to become one of the most dominant low post scorers in the league, and she also has a good mid-range game. She has good range out there. So, yeah, Camila Cardoso, if you're a smart team, you do use her for that, And then Ariel Atkins is a player I think should just have a general green light to go score whenever she kind of wants to. Okay, so for that reason, I would vacillate between those two players. Now, okay, why people shouldn't have been tripping on HD or tripping on Prince, who was saying similar things, is because basketball is a nuanced game. Okay, so when they say, or when one of the brothers say that Camila should be the first option to run an optimum type of offense, and that maybe Ariel Atkins should be the second option, and Angel Reese should be the third option, it's not an ironclad type of thing, right? It depends on a number of factors. Let's say, for example, where you go into a game where Camila Cardoso is going up against, and I'm just pulling a name out the air. I'm not saying this is necessarily what they're going to do. But let's say it's Brittany Griner, for example, or Izzy Megabor, or for example, Malunga, for example, or just any player where you don't feel Camila has the distinct advantage against the player, size-wise, whatever, okay? Maybe that game you'll use, and then in that same game, Angel Reese, though, is up against a power forward that's 6 feet tall, for example. Angel Reese being 6'3". And maybe that power forward is small, like Nias, and isn't a good defender. It could be like a little frail little thing, Maybe in that game, the strategy changes and you use Angel Reese. Angel Reese might get a higher usage rate in that particular game over Camila. Right? All types of things can happen in the game. Camila could be in foul trouble. Then you go to Angel. Right? So it's not that ironclad that it was worth tripping about and getting my man all snapping out on. No, I appreciate it because that video, I loved it. It had me loving it. I love that funny stuff. So that had me dying. So I loved it. Like, yeah. So if anybody can get him charged up like that, I recommend it. Please do it, because I need to see those things. I'm not even gonna lie. That was the most entertaining video I've seen all week. So I'm all for it. Okay, we gonna get that straight. But at any rate, actually second what he says, because when you look at Angel Reese and her versatility, you want her out there doing other things. And then when you listen to the way Tyler Marsh was talking, this is a big part of what he was saying. He was talking a lot about putting Angel Reese on the perimeter because she has those types of skills where she can pass the ball, find open cutters, dishers. She's actually very good at getting the ball to Camila. So she could be one of your main entry passers as well to go along with the point guards. That gives you much more. And then Angel can also create. She can get to the rim, different things like that. And you don't really generally want two players like that crowding that same area down there in the post anyway. So at the end of the day, it's going to be whatever Tyler Marsh does anyway. But we offer our suggestions based on the way basketball generally works. Spacing is very important. And that's a big part of what Chicago is working on right now. They're actually working on spacing before they get into posting up and things like that. Because the spacing is going to be very key, with these players. And so, and Angel Reese also gets a lot of her own points from hustle, rebounds, number of different things, man. And she's also willing to play that type of role. She's not the type of player that demands that she puts up 15 a night or 20 a night or anything like that. So that's the best way to go with it. Actually, that's the best route to go, because she's going to get her points anyway because of who she is, and she can get them pretty much in a hurry. She's good at the free throw line, right? And she's great in transition as well. It's not as a big, it should have never been an issue that came to that anyway, amongst our community, man. Our little community we got here. Even though, again, I appreciate y'all getting me charged up like that. That was great. That was great. I don't work for no damn Showtime. Y'all don't know nothing about basketball. That was great. Oh man. Woo. That was great. So yeah, and then I gotta put out a video, man, because I gotta start responding to some of the comments. Lady telling me to shut up. Told me that I don't like sports. Who do y'all be even talking to, man? Y'all be tripping. But I appreciate when y'all come to the videos, man. Even y'all that argue. I actually like the arguments, man. The arguers are more fun than those who agree with me all the time. So I encourage you. Don't get me wrong on that. And yes, for the other guy who, I'm driving while doing this. Why? Because driving is like second nature to me. The steering wheel is like my third arm, bro. It's nothing. It's nothing. And eyes are always on the road. And I know these Philly streets like the back of my hand. You know what I mean? So, what we got? The first game against Brazil on Friday? Yeah, we're going to be locked in. I think the Dallas Wings play soon too, man. I've been checking them out. I can't wait to see them get in action, man. Same with them Sparks. So I will be back soon. Peace out.